Hey everyone, it's Darren Benton again with Performance Motorcoaches. Want to do a video of a trade-in 2020 XL. This is a 43 dB, which actually measures 44 foot because of the little bit longer Volvo cab. So for people that are looking for a 43 dB XL, if you're looking at a brand new one, you'll have to get the long hood. You'll have to get the short hood. Predominantly they come with the long hood, so a 43 dB is really 44 foot for the most part. This is on a Volvo, this is the VNL, which is the longer hood. A VNR is the shorter hood, same motor. I think it looks a little squatty personally, but I like the way that this looks. Another thing I like about this is a little bit newer chassis, so a little bit more sloped headlights. Does have the projector style headlights as well, just a little bit cleaner look. So the paint scheme on this is Copper Canyon. Copper Canyon. It sounds, I feel like a wine commercial when I say Copper Canyon, Copper Canyon. So anyway, pretty cool. They've run this paint scheme for several years. You'll see it in various XLs out there. So basically black, silver, and then the copper, hence the Copper Canyon. So 4-slide unit. We did a video, a drive along. I forget about the Volvos. I forget how nice they drive. They drive nice and quiet. You know, it's crazy windy day. We were running 85 miles an hour, doing everything we shouldn't do. So they do a great job. It does have the aero cap. All the XLs will have the aero cap. We'll try to do as much inside versus outside for any kind of noise. All the baggage compartments are bed lined. So this guy did keep this unit stored indoors. Very, very clean inside and out. I'll point out a few things as we walk along. So the AquaHot 450D, it does plumb into your waste heat on your engine, so that unit will stay nice and warm driving up and down the road. Outdoor TV here. This does not swivel out. They started that a little bit later on. If a person had to have a swivel, we could probably come up with one. Soundbar underneath. All frameless glass. One piece awning up top. And that is a big Zip D. Not very good for West Texas, I can tell you that. Various hitch assemblies the customer had. He pulled the various trailers with it. Nothing too wild and crazy. Got some replacement tile, an air hose connection. Or air hose for the connection, and then you can see the little, you kind of had to tell how particular this guy was because he had things kind of laid out inside each baggage compartment. So central vac there, and there's a 110 connection inside. 30,000 pound hitch assembly itself, the way that the ball goes in. 40,000 if you do the pintle. These are your glad hand receptacles. 2-piece rear cap, so if you damage it, some nice stainless steel inserts on there. This customer didn't really option many of the security lights on the outside. You got one over there, I think you got 2 over there on the other side, but something that generally our new coaches will be kind of full of, all security lights. A little dusty, so I got a little sneeze there, I apologize. So inside here you do have your transfer switch. It does not have the 50 amp buddy plug that's in there, but something we can add with relative ease, not a problem. It does have the 50 amp transfer switch. 12.5 generator is standard on all the XLs since we've been doing business with them. Generator hours on this, 386 has been serviced. Side guide lights there. Wet bays really haven't changed much for probably, I guess, like 7-8 years. So nice, clean. Everything is water jetted here. You do have a water hose to be able to fill the coach, and then also just use that for the city pressure. That will track back. You do have whole house water filter system, and then all your gray and your black releases are here. There's a hydronic register in the wet bay inside there. Macerator pump, 75 gallon gray, 75 gallon black. Probably the only damage on this coach is right here. So basically this silicone, some of the paint's coming off. And what we do, we'll take and clean up the silicone. There's a metal building place right across the road from us that has every silicone underneath the sun. So we'll go through, clean this up, and then we'll actually we've got a gray silicone, we'll get a silver silicone, we'll get a black one. So we'll make it as perfect as possible to be able, and that's really the only damage on the coach. So it'll look really good once we get it all sealed up there. You don't have to worry about that. And then if you have any additional, we'll include all the tubes of silicone there to be able to kind of clean all that up. So nothing wild and crazy about as far as batteries go. They're just 2 8D. If the customer wanted to take an upgrade to lithium, we do those things all the time. My guys got at the point where it's kind of just, it's about like putting on their shirt in the morning. So not a problem taking and upgrade those. If we upgraded, we can easily take and push 1 or 2 air conditioners off the lithium. We could do dual inverters. We could do kind of everything underneath the sun. But at this point in time, it was pretty much more old school. Guys were just firing up their generator to run an air conditioner. But there's plenty of room inside there. Volvo should be a 120-gallon fuel tank. This is the only thing that's a little bit quirky. So if you are somebody's fueling, and you go to get out, that first step is definitely a doozy. It's going to be a long ways down. So 120 gallon, 125 gallon, and then I believe the DEF tank is 18 gallons. The other side is all your emission stuff. Those will pop into place. A lot of components really haven't changed. Volvo versus Freightliner probably number 1 and number 2 of the commercial trucks out on the road. Very, very common truck out there, but exceptionally quiet. Does have a 3-stage engine brake, and it does have additional braking. You can pull on your engine brake and just really get yourself slowed down. Now, difference-wise, I noticed our newer 43 dBs will actually have a window here in the kitchen, small window there, and then same thing. We'll have a option for the window in the half bath there in the middle. But definitely a cool look, really sloped, very aerodynamic. Obviously that kind of aids in the much more quiet ride. So you can kind of tell, so this guy was definitely particular. He basically covered his entire step with the grip tape. Put that sign right there. That's what I like to see whenever we see trade-ins, as OCD as a guy like me. So definitely a darker toned interior. I think the core group was sand dust, Copper Canyon sand dust. I could basically name hotel rooms in Vegas after everything. So as far as this is not burnished sable, this is Italian nutmeg, which is no longer offered. But really, the nice thing about it, very classic style, things that will kind of transcend time. The problem with going all these lights and grays is it comes and goes, but these more classic, this does have the double clear coat on the cabinet, so it's very impressive. It's it's something that like I said, will transcend time. You go back to, say, the 2008, 2009 country coaches and the high end, the higher end Monacos of the day. This is what you'll see back then. So kind of cool to be able to see that in the coach, 10, 12 years down the road, 15 years down the road. But you can take and see lots of room to be able to get in and out. There again, if somebody said, hey, look, we have to have a lighter, countertop or granite. Relatively easy to get granite guys out here. I would imagine to take and change all this Corian to like a granite, you're probably talking, maybe 5-10 grand, depending upon if you can deal with some drops. Basically, deal with some various pieces that might not come from the same lot, but very classic style inside. Just wanted to be able to show you can get all the way in the coach and then get to your half bath as well. Anything you might need to get to, and then we'll go ahead and extend the slides. So the difference the major difference on the XLs starting in 24 was basically 8 inches additional ceiling height. So I just kind of like it personally. That's a big deal for me. They got it a little bit out of the floor and a little bit out of the ceiling as well. So coach went, I believe the coach went 6 inches taller, no, 4.5 inches taller. So this is the old school Lithco slide that they've used forever. The newer one's hydraulic. The bad thing is your hydraulic pump goes out, you can't get that thing in and out. So it's kind of nice to have the hydraulics, but this system wasn't really broken with the electric Lithco. Some of the last flex steel seating here. There again, if a customer wanted to upgrade to a theater seat, we could definitely take and change that. That's not going to match 100% the ultra leather wheel. We can get this ultra leather still today, it would match 100%. These are the inserts there for each side of the pull down dinette. But you can see here, this will take and lay over. I didn't see any kind of a ottoman, but I guess just use an Amazon box right there. Everybody has one of those handy. But cool setup. A lot of storage here. TV will take and come here, and so you get to each side there. And then I bet you they have, yeah, subwoofer. We'll get the subwoofer moved back behind that, which to me was kind of no-brainer to take and put the subwoofer back behind the fireplace there. Sink covers there, just a single basin. Look at how, I don't even think the guys really clean that. That's how, it's pretty impressive to see units that aren't all scratched up, all beat up. Look at the size of that induction cooktop. I could cook 2 things of chicken dumplings on that big monster. A lot of room into the cab here. You do have one thing that I kind of, this is kind of my preference. I like having the old school controllers for your heated tile floors instead of doing it through the Firefly. Nice thing about that, I can set a schedule. I like it freezing cold whenever I sleep, but in the morning I want a nice warm floor. So instead of having the heated tile floor go all night long and heat the coach, I can fire this up, basically program this to come on about, I was going to say 6:30, but let's get realistic. More like 7:30 is probably where I need to be. Magnet controller, so 2800 watt magnet controller, Magnum power inverter. It does have the Winegard Traveler, the one that pops up and seeks. We're generally doing most of the Starlink, so we generally will put the systems in there or back in this cabinet here. Got a little bit of storage here for your outdoor TV, and I think there's a little cubby back there as well once that does fold all the way out. That's your awning plug right there. Old school MCD, and then rather large pantry. Electrol down the bottom, one panel for Shore and Jen, and then the other for your power. Wrong one. Stacked washer dryer here. I think I can do this right here.
Oh, perfect.
Ma'am, you're overriding me. They're both, that's amazing. So 3 air conditioners, 12.5 generator. You know, it's kind of wild. They don't, you know, these were pretty elaborate. I guarantee the bean counters that are there today would freak out to know how much these things cost back in the day. But there again, kind of the wow factor that basically kind of was known in the XL line. So 66-inch wide bed. You do have your 2 nightstands. There again, we've had guys say, look, I got to get a 72. Well, just know you're going to take up a few inches around there, be a bigger pain in the butt to make the bed. But we can take those nightstands out, cut them down, and do a wider mattress. So this is 66 by 80. You do have 2 75-gallon water tanks below the bed, so 150-gallon total fresh. You know, just like simplistic. So if I want to dump the water out of this dude, just bam. I mean, it's that fast. So very little effort to take and do things, to take and winterize it. You got this little clear tube. You got your central vac there. And then you do have a master controller here. Turn all the lights on and off. Do the MCD power shades there. But lights on and off, so pretty much hadn't changed to what you see today. Like I said, a little bit lower ceiling, which then causes the slides, but you know, it still has this, you go all the way down, it's not as easily accessible. Stick my head in here and then be able to slide my clothing down there. But all the cabinetry is in excellent shape. There's nothing that's scratched, nothing that's beat up, nothing, you know, no world championship rings blasting the cabinets when you go opening anything. It does have the old school Tecma toilets. I hate the Santa Marines that they've used for the last 2 years. So like to see these. A little bit lighter solid surface shower there. You can see the little insert, and then right here to be able to, I guess you put a small Garnier Fructis right there. Sliding shower bar. Goes up and down. Just kind of very simplistic. No skylight, but you do have the, it's not the Max Air fan, but it's part of the Air XL family. Decent storage. All the vacuum tools are underneath here. And then the big monster storage right here. All these convertible shelving. And then back here you do have the heated tile floor control for basically your rear zone. So very clean coach. It'll make somebody that wants to jump into a Renegade that's just north of 400. This is priced at $439,000. Try to get pretty aggressive on used pricing. We've actually had this coach in stock for a bit, but there again, we get so busy that, you know, sometimes being in stock for a month or two is really not an issue. We keep everything indoors. I'm extremely picky, so keep everything plugged in as well. If you got any questions about this coach, make sure you give us a shout. Check out the website, pmcrv.com, or give us a call, 806-412-0015. Be able to try to answer some more questions in the build sheet, send you a floor plan, and if you want to talk anything further about this. We are a new Renegade dealer. We do offer financing as well. We can do shipping. We really don't want to ship a coach. We want you to get here. We want you to get comfortable with the coach. If anything's broken, we want to fix it, and then we want you to know the coach inside and out. So it's much more valuable for for you to come here and get the true experience of buying a coach with some good craftsmen that work in the shop to be able to explain things, show you things, and then upgrades. We do a lot of upgrades for our customers. Check us out next week. Maybe next week or the week after, we'll have a Peterbilt 589 CBF, the only one in existence. And we will have another 589 that's a sold item. We've got, we have a Showhauler is probably, we're talking probably another month and a half, but then we have, the floodgates will open on Showhauler. So this number, constant, never this number, but it's always kind of this. So really appreciate all the business. Anybody wants to come out to the factory this summer, give us a call. We'll be in Indiana. I'm happy to be lakeside instead of dirt side out here in West Texas. So if you want to do a if you want to do a tour with us, Showhauler, Renegade, be able to show the difference of each one of them. If you're going to spend this kind of money on a new coach, I really encourage people to come out to the factory. We can take you both places and really just let you decide on what you want. We get customers that come in and say, I want a Renegade, I want a Showhauler. Sometimes they buy a Renegade, sometimes they buy a Showhauler. It's really all a matter of opinion. There's good things, there's bad things about each coach. I hate to say bad. There's great things about each coach. But just kind of all a matter of preference. We do well with both manufacturers. You never know what we're going to have in stock. You always check us out on the website. If you ever need to email me, Darren at Performance Motorcoaches, D-A-R-I-N. You can always email me, but come to the factory. We'd love to do some tours. We have some units that are coming. If you want to do a test drive, got some units that we can test drive up there that are coming as well. It's a good time. The lead time has come way down from what we've had in the past. Showhauler's right about a year, versus the 2 that we were at. Renegade's, call it 6+ months, but we can do a lot of accommodations that previously we couldn't. So I think it's still a really good time to buy a coach. They've been really solid as far as resale pricing as well. So, got any questions? Let us know. Appreciate you guys always watching these videos.